Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Georgia and today I'm going to be testing out the Sandstone palette from Colourpop. I have had this for a while now and I do usually play around with it a bit, but today I decided to go in and try out a few of the colours and the shimmers and everything, and this is the final look I got. So keep on watching if you want to see what I think about this palette. So the first shade I'm going to take is Vortex. I'm just going to use that as almost like a crease colour. They do have some really pretty shimmers in this palette and a different range of colours them as well, but it was sort of these brown shades that did make me fall in love with this palette, and I really want to play around and see what else I can create with the shimmers because they are really pretty too. So I'm just taking this colour above the crease here just to kind of make it this bit appear bigger. I am going to probably put different colours in here throughout. I don't really know what the plan is yet, but I'll have a play around and see. But this is a really nice shade just to start like transition and everything with the bases, because the other lighter shades in here are quite shimmery. So this is probably the closest thing to a base colour. Just taking it to the outer corner here as well, just so everything's really blended. Using that same brush, which is the Morphe M433 brush. I think I'm going to go into that bottom one there, Big Butte. I'm going to take a bit of that and put it into my outer corner. I'm just blending in this sort of section for now. I'm not really taking it out anywhere. Just going to get the majority of the colour on this bit. Hopefully you can see, but I've barely done anything to these eyeshadows apart from kind of put them in this bit and blend them a little bit. But they just blend so nicely together, and the shade range looks really pretty together. Like they're all kind of warm tones, so it looks really nice, like matches really well for that. But it's looking good so far. I don't quite know how to go after this. I'm always worried about ruining makeup looks, especially when you start it off and they look really good. Just the next step you take can make or break it. I'm just taking a bit of Vortex and just putting it onto my outer eye here, just kind of under my lower lashes. Just keep it to the outer corner for now. So I was just testing a few different colours on my arm because I'm not really sure what to go with. This yellow did look really tempting, but I don't know if it's just going to be a bit too much. The rest of it's just kind of a neutral look. Well, I'm quite liking this one. That one is Spring Valley. There's Canyon Loop, Oasis. Yeah, there's a few nice shades there. I just don't really know what to go in with. Okay, so I think I am going to breathe it and go in with Oasis, which is the yellow colour. I absolutely love yellow. It's one of my favourite colours, probably my favourite colour. I don't really wear it too much as a makeup, of course, but otherwise, let's get going and see what this look. I'm just taking the Morphe M152 brush. It's a slightly flatter brush just to kind of get the shimmer and the colour on there. It's actually a really wearable shade. Like, it's not as shimmery or as bright as I thought it was going to be. It's quite like autumn sort of look. So it's actually really pretty. Like, I could see myself wearing this more often than I thought I could looking at it in the pan, because it does look quite bright and shimmery in the pan, but when it's actually on the eye, it looks really nice. So I've taken it halfway across the lid, obviously just taking it to the inner corner there as well. But I think I might also go in with the Canyon Loop, which is this orange colour here, and just put that in the middle, in between the yellow and the rest of the other colour I put there already. And I'm just going to go in with some more of the Big Butte colour there, with the same flat brush again. I was just hoping for a bit more colour payoff there. I take the original brush I had and just blend that slightly as well. I think I'm going to attempt to go in with Desert Skies. It's really sort of like pretty, almost like a monochrome, duochrome, that's the right word for it. It's like a duochrome sort of colour there. It's looking yellow, then silver, then green in different lights. Just going to pat a little bit in the middle of my eye there. Definitely feel like these shimmers would have shown up more in the Canyon Loop and Oasis if I'd gone in with my finger rather than a brush, but it is nice that you kind of have that versatility with them, that you can choose whether to have a really bright effect or more of like a subtle one. Just going to take a brush and blend that out slightly. This one is a really pretty colour though, and I thought it looked really nice as just like a topper. So you could probably put it on top of lots of different colours and it would really look nice for that. I'm going to go in with the Colourpop BFF Cream Gel Liner in Sunnyvale. This was part of their Sunflower collection. It's just a brown eyeliner there. And I'm just going to draw eyeliner on. I'm just going to do a bit of a wing with that as well. is my eyeliner done. I'm just going to take a smaller brush. This is the Morphe M508 brush, and I'm going to go into Grounded here. This is one of my favourite shades to use for eyeliner at the moment. I go between that and the actual eyeliner, and I'll show you what I do. So I'm just taking a bit of that onto my brush, just the end of it, and then just putting it on top of the eyeliner, but almost just like smoking it out in a way. It's just where this brush is a bit more small and compact, you can really get in there to blend out the eyeliner a bit better, rather than if you had a fluffier brush or maybe even slightly longer one, you wouldn't be able to like smudge the eyeliner about as much. And I know it's not perfect because my eyeliner is never going to match, but this is it. I'm going to add some mascara and then I'll show you what it looks like at the end. Okay, so this is the finished look. I really like how it turned out. It's really nice and like autumn, fall vibes. It isn't too shimmer or anything as well. I think it's because I use my brush rather than going my finger, but you have got the option to do that and have a bit more shimmer. But otherwise, I haven't really used these sort of colours. I tend to go, I don't say cool tones, but I tend to just go for the basic browns and stuff. I don't really add any like red or warmth into my eyeshadows. So it's nice to have a play around and see what I can do. Because I have recently just been using Vortex and Grounded just to do sort of a basic eye, and then I use Grounded for the wing, and then do with the setting powder like I usually do as well, just to create that shape. But it's nice to do something that's not so basic and have a bit more colour on my eye as well. I think it's a really versatile palette. There are a lot of shimmers in there, but as I said, you can already put them on and it loses more of like the overall shimmer. It has a really nice, just pretty glittery effect rather than so full on. But I think this palette would probably have to be for someone who does wear a lot of glitter or colour, or just wants to add a bit more warmth and like radiance like to your eyeshadow look. I think this was a nice one to get because it is different to my other palettes I do have. There's no point buying the same palette over and over again just from different brands, so it is nice for that one. And I just think it's a really pretty actual palette as well, and they also have the names on the back and in the palette, so that's always really handy, especially if you're following with like makeup tutorials and stuff. That's really good. Obviously on the top row there we have sort of like the basic colours, the nudes, the base, the transition sort of shades. There are a few shimmers in those ones. I think that's more of a shimmer. And then these ones are like a base shadow with glitter in, whereas this one would be a bit more of like a full-on shimmer compared to that one's more matte but with glitter in it. So maybe that's what this one was, rather than it being so shimmery. It's more of a matte with a glitter in. This one feels more like a shimmer. They're a bit more creamy than some of the shimmer ones, rather than the glitters are quite powdery still with just the glitter in. But I'm glad I got to have a play around with this eyeshadow palette today, because like I said, I was only really using a few different colours from it, so it's nice to play around and see what else I can do. Because a lot of the time as well, if you're doing your makeup to leave the house, you want to know what to expect from your makeup, so you do the same look or you do the same sort of thing to get the same outcome each time. So it's nice when you don't really have to go anywhere to sit around and play with your makeup and have a go at seeing what else you can create, because then I can know that I can kind of go for this next time I want to leave the house. Never really, but next time I want to leave the house I can go for this look. I really like this eyeshadow palette and I'm glad I bought it. You can get it from Colourpop, I'll leave the link below to it. I think they had a whole collection of different stuff, but it was just the eyeshadow palette I went for because it looks really pretty. But thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this video has helped you to make some choices about this Colourpop palette, or even just to look into getting Colourpop, because you can buy it in the UK. You just have to pay like a taxes or like VAT fee to Colourpop. And then also if you pay for any of the shipping, but usually when you spend over $60 I think it is, you can get free international shipping, so you only end up paying for like the VAT, but you pay it at the checkout, so you don't have to pay for any custom fees or anything when it comes into England. So it's a really good way of doing it. If you didn't want to pay $60 on one haul, you can always like share it out between your friends and stuff. You can get different stuff and then you can just pay the VATs like separate by how many there are of you or how many products you get. That's a really good way to do it. Me and my sister, we usually get stuff from Colourpop and then we just split the fee in between us, but it's almost just like a delivery fee anyway. It's probably a bit more expensive than a normal delivery fee if you bought something in the UK, but you don't have to pay the shipping fee if you spend over $60 anyway, so it's a really good way to do that. And also, who doesn't like getting Colourpop hauls? I just see it as an excuse to buy more makeup really, rather than just going there and buying one thing every now and again. I think, right, I'll go and I'll buy one big lot of stuff, and then you have something to look forward to. Obviously it takes a few weeks for it to turn up, but you have something to look forward to, which is always really nice again. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoy this video, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye! I was saying it's got a mirror in it. I don't know, like.